vision. Jamaica, we say. Jingle. Jamaica Politics Uncovered, JPU on the scene. Carrying the facts, keeping people informed and clean.
JPU stands strong. Oh yes, we're standing strong.
JPU with Jamaica every day.
Stronger Jamaica
2026,
building back better.
that's the fix.
One people, one team,
One vision, we say.
JPU with Jamaica
Every day.
stronger Jamaica
2026,
building back better.
that's the fix.
One people, one team,
One vision, we say.
JPU with Jamaica
Every day. Real news on time, helping Jamaica plan.
together we rise, one heart, one land.
One JPU. Jamaica, we say.
Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining. It's
He
Sunday
says the
night.
government can increase revenue without adding new taxes by
Sorry, guys, it is Sunday night. A rare occasion here. I don't usually come on Sundays, but because I've been so busy lately and I have not given you guys your full program, I say I'm coming on tonight because I've got some things to say. So you guys have been asking me to come and talk about the budget and talk about the Cuban situation. So that is what I'm here about tonight. So let me see who's here. Moderators, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Big up yourself, Lifestyle. Come on in. Make we get talking here. So, guys, for the first time since the last 5 years, I've heard PNP said some things, a few things that made sense where the budget debate is concerned. And I want you guys to hear it. I am of the opinion over here at JPU that it doesn't matter who is in government or whoever is in opposition. If somebody suggests something that makes sense and that is good for the country, it should be an automatic thing where the person who is there, we can implement it, they should go ahead with it because it is always country first. But I'm quite surprised to hear the PNP coming up with all these wonderful ideas. And during the election, they just couldn't get it together, right? So, never me gonna hear it and you guys listening with me and let me know what you all think. So, here goes.
strengthening tax compliance and modernizing revenue collection systems. He argues that Jamaicans are still recovering from the impact of Hurricane Melissa, which devastated sections of the southwestern.
Businesses are earning less, households are spending less, and the government's chosen response is to extract more revenue from an already financially stressed population.
Central to the opposition's proposal is the introduction of an electronic invoicing system at Tax Administration Jamaica.
Transactions can go unrecorded, uploads can be incomplete, and there can be a gap between what was earned and what was reported. The electronic invoicing system changes that dynamic fundamentally. Rather than waiting for businesses to upload their records after the fact, the transaction data is captured.
He says the government can increase revenue without adding new taxes by strengthening tax compliance and modernizing revenue collection systems. He argues that Jamaicans are still recovering from the impact of Hurricane Melissa, which devastated sections of the southwestern.
Businesses are earning less, households are spending less, and the government's chosen response is to extract more revenue from an already financially stressed population.
Central to the opposition's proposal is the introduction of an electronic invoicing system at Tax Administration Jamaica.
Transactions can go unrecorded, uploads can be incomplete, and there can be a gap between what was earned and what was reported. The electronic invoicing system changes that dynamic fundamentally. rather than waiting for businesses to upload their records after the fact. The transaction data is captured and transmitted immediately to TAJ automatically at the point of sale. The government is no longer relying on voluntary compliance. The information flows directly and is matched automatically against what has been declared and remitted.
Mr. Robinson also raised questions about the government's planned $10 billion tax on sugary drinks, which is scheduled to take effect in the upcoming fiscal year. While acknowledging that excessive sugar consumption is a serious public health concern, he suggested the measure may not be the most effective solution.
If the primary concern is about reducing sugar outcomes, the government has more effective tools that can be used to do so. The government can mandate local manufacturers and importers to reformulate their products so that sugar content is reduced in those products and provide a time frame by which those manufacturers and importers do so.
The government has argued that the new tax forms part of a broader strategy to address non-communicable diseases linked to high sugar consumption. But Mr. Robinson suggests effective implementation of the school nutrition program.
If we want to meet the health outcomes, let us start as government with how we formulate the products that are sent to our schools. And we would have the desired outcome of reducing sugar in the level of sugar that is consumed.
He says these suggested measures could generate revenue while supporting long-term economic growth.
All right, guys. So the first thing that I agree with is the electronic invoice. In other words, put more pressure upon people for pay what they're supposed to pay, right? And get that money coming in a timely manner. I don't see no problem with that. I think that's a wonderful thing. But at the same time, I get the feeling that Julian is saying, let's do that instead of the taxes. I don't think we should change our minds on the taxes. When the PNP was in power and them a put on taxes, them never care under what condition them would put on taxes, whether disaster time, natural disaster time, or any time. When the PNP them a put on taxes, them just put on taxes. Okay? So for Julian to be saying, oh, don't do no taxes now because we just had a hurricane, I don't buy that. But I do agree that we can use this electronic invoice system to bring in more revenue faster. Don't you guys agree with that? I think that's a very good idea, right? The next thing is when he's going to talk about how we should go about the sugary drinks and, with the EPA diseases and stuff that can come from intaking too much sugar. He says that we should start putting pressure on the people and the manufacturers and start saying, okay, let's say them have 50% sugar in them products. Tell them say they can't put no more than 20%. That's a good idea. But the taxes should remain. That's one of the ways that you're going to deter the situation. Yes, and that is something that happens all over the world all the time, where governments implement ways to reduce extra sugar, extra salt, and them something. That's fine. And we should do that in Jamaica, right? But that's not the way how Julian is presenting it. It cannot replace and should not replace the tax measurement that the government is putting on these products. Okay, so, you can't be too extreme when you're presenting an alternative. You can't be too extreme or come and say, something where the other person do that is good. Don't bother do that, do it my way. We can't do it both ways, and make it work same way. So that's all I'm saying about that. Okay. So, all right, let me see what you guys are saying. Anthony, good night. Anthony say, it cannot work. Government must strengthen legislation to enhance revenue collection. What do you mean by that? I mean, he said that we need to have an electronic system to collect the revenue. I don't see why there needs to be a legislative process to that. We should have had that a long time ago. But nonetheless, it's a good idea. You understand? Whatever we need to do to bring in those revenues, I think it's a good idea. It's going to benefit the Jamaican people. Let me play it back again, in case some people didn't hear it. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome.
He says the government can increase revenue without adding new taxes by strengthening tax compliance and modernizing revenue collection systems.
And for those of you who are just joining, PNP, me don't want hear nothing from Una tell the government about say them not supposed to add no taxes. Nobody added taxes like PNP. And this government did not add any taxes in 9 years. So don't come tell me nothing now about don't add no taxes. Tell what I say and leave the taxes where I put on now.
He argues that Jamaicans are still recovering from the impact of Hurricane Melissa, which devastated sections of the southwestern.
Businesses are earning less, households are spending less, and the government's chosen response is to extract more revenue from an already financially stressed population.
Central to the opposition.
The local taxes them we are put on, Julian, don't contrive to exaggerate. The man no whole heap of tax. Stop it.
Proposal is the introduction of an electronic invoicing system at Tax Administration Jamaica.
So look here, an electronic system at tax office. Why do you need a legislative action to do this? I don't understand what you guys are saying. I don't see why that would need to be anything legislative. I collect money. So let's not try to complicate matters because it's the other party. You understand?
Actions can go unrecorded, uploads can be incomplete, and there can be a gap between what was earned and what was reported.
Don't we have other institutions that collect money electronically in Jamaica? Don't you have online services in other areas what collect money online and are electronically?
The electronic invoicing system changes that dynamic fundamentally. Rather than waiting for businesses to upload their records after the fact, the transaction data is captured and transmitted immediately to TAJ automatically at the point of sale. The government is no longer relying on voluntary compliance.
All right. So Anthony says that the electronic invoice system would require legislation and an overhaul of tax system and changing of the system. You see, this is why Jamaica is in problem with bureaucracy and getting ahead, because everything we have to go through one heap of long paperwork. I mean, if you say this need no whole heap of legislative nothing. You put in the sit them in the tax office and do what you're supposed to do, and if you log in and log out and whatever, you collect the money like that. That's why we can't get nothing done, because this no need no long drawn out process. And even if it does, what he's saying makes sense, okay? So even if it does, and even if it's something that must be done, well, let's do it and get it over with. Just because it needs a legislative action no means say, where he must say no makes sense. It still makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
The information flows directly and is matched automatically against what has been declared and remitted.
Mr. Robinson also raised questions about the government's planned $10 billion tax on sugary drinks, which is scheduled to take effect in the upcoming fiscal year. While acknowledging that excessive sugar consumption is a serious public health concern, he suggested the measure may not be the most effective solution.
If the primary concern is about reducing sugar outcomes, the government has more effective tools that can be used to do so. The government can mandate local manufacturers and importers to reformulate their products so that sugar content is reduced in those products and establish.
Yes, the sugar content can be reduced, but you're walking now, Julian. You see, sugar is just as bad as tobacco and alcohol. And them a put the tax on the tobacco product them, the cigarette them, and me know you're not talk nothing about that. So make a tax stay up on the sugar, okay? But what you are saying about the requirement for the sugar content, that is a good idea. And yes, Jamaica should go ahead and say that we cannot put this amount of sugar for come kill off a generation and population in a Jamaica because we don't have low birth rate already. Okay, so don't say your idea is not good because it is good. What the government are doing with the taxes, it's good. Just come present where you are present, and we the people will tell you if your idea good or not. And we can do both things at the same time. And this is the thing, guys, about politics, is that sometimes when people are on one side or the other, they cannot see that the opposing side is presenting something that makes sense and that is good for the country. And this is why a lot of people don't like the tribalist style of politics, because it shrouds our judgment. Just because you're not on a side there, they could be proposing something good and you say it's not good. Or that side maybe proposing something good and you say it don't good when it good, just because you are not on that side. We cannot do that style of politics. It just not make no sense to me, because it push the country forward. Whatever is good, whoever is making the good proposal, let's do it. That's how I view politics over here. So you understand? And if we keep doing this one-sided thing, we'll get nowhere. Okay? But most importantly, I had to stop and think today. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. OG, good night. Me have to stop and think to myself today, say, when the election was going on, instead of it come with some policies and some proposals that made sense, the PNP was only interested in dirty politics with dirty up people character, dirty up people name, personally attack people. Why they never did that think to come talk some things will make sense so that we out here can have a good discourse on it? You see what I'm saying? Leading up to the election, it was the perfect opportunity. But instead, the PNP chose to do the politics of smear campaign, the politics of disrespect, the politics of personal attack. And look where it got them. Nowhere. Them didn't even come close in the general election. Because in addition to what Julian is saying right here, at the very beginning of his statement, he started talking about him congratulate Mark Golden and congratulate the PNP for, this performance that they did in the election and this close election. And it's such a lie, and it's so disingenuous. I had to work really hard mentally to listen to anything that Julian Robinson would say after he made that disingenuous statement. Okay? So, you have to give me my flowers over here and give me my credit to sit down and listen to them people here. Easy, because me not like people what do them something there. The election was not close. The election was 7-seat difference and 10,000 vote difference. And if the PNP did come to the people with some policy proposals like what them do now, what makes sense, maybe, just maybe, they could have get a few more seats and get some more vote. We are watching now, because people are come apologize and they must say, boy, they don't like that style of politics here, and Ray. I want to say Alfred Doss come with the apology. So make we see if the PNP now is going to start behaving like some civilized people, so that we can actually listen to them. Because most of the time, most people don't listen to the PNP of today. They don't. Now, moving on. Fitz Jackson come out and say he is standing with the Cuban government. Where the healthcare situation is concerned, healthcare workers, right? There's nobody else in Jamaica there is nobody else in the parliament when we really hear I say them going to stand up with the Cuban government with what them do, right? Me only hear them I say the opposition side may attack. I've only heard them said, how are we going to fill the gap of the 280 Cuban healthcare workers? And that, like I said, is a legitimate concern. I have a concern of it too, right? But Fitz Jackson come out, and I'm going to hear what him say, because me I feel wonder if Fitz Jackson, boy, I mean, know, you need to think again and come back with one of that statement. Because this way also don't make sense, because you see right now, the Cuban people them are uprising are going over Cuba right now. The people them over Cuba, they are not having the foolishness. You understand, guys? So, meanwhile, Fitz Jackson, the outlier, the lone wolf, standing by the Cuban government. Meanwhile, he must stand by them, uprising over there, because the Cuban people them decide, say, right now, communism is not sustainable for them anymore. Okay, they're exhausted, and they're telling their government that they need to take a different course. Look what is happening over in Cuba, guys. Where is it? Here it is. Yes, so this is not our business. Cuba is going to deal with their revolution and them evolution and whatever else, and who fi involve and who fi do this and do that. Jamaica, we're not busy with this, people. We're not busy with this. We need to take ourselves from out of the bangarang, and part of the bangarang is the Cuban healthcare workers them, where their money are sent go back to government and them a get paid that way. I don't believe in it. I don't think that no government must play agency, right? I send out them people and different country pay the government for the people them do some things like healthcare. It does not look right to me. If it did look right in the past, me never know about it. But what is before us now, I don't think it's right. Pay the people them directly, as some say. And if you don't want to pay them directly, make them go on. Simple as that. Listen to Fitz Jackson, guys.
Need and they come to your assistance. Cuba has been that to us. The argument advanced by the Minister of Foreign Affairs as a basis of termination, unilateral termination, as the Cubans have said. And if you ask me, I believe the Cubans in this more than I believe my government. Regrettable, frivolous argument that the Minister of Finance advanced at the Standing Finance Committee and in subsequent news releases is again disgraceful. payments are being made to the Cuban government for the workers, on behalf of the workers who come here. To be frank, what is unique about that? None of these workers from China or elsewhere where is paid by the government of Jamaica. They are paid by a private company on behalf of the workers. And there are a number of companies in Jamaica who do not pay their workers directly. They pay to the contracting party. In the case of the Cuban health service workers, the contractual arrangement is between the government of Jamaica and the government of Cuba.
Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State for the U.S., he came last year on a visit and he described this agreement as forced labor.
I have had the opportunity to interact with a number of Cuban health care workers. None of them are forced workers, forced labor. You know, if that argument is to have any credibility, why aren't they asking the Chinese workers to leave? On the basis of their own argument, it's frivolous and it's dishonest. It's dishonest. All I can say, better days will come. We are not losing hope in our country. And what we need to do, the opposition is steadfast. We will stand with the Cuban government on this matter. It's clear. It is responding to other demands, other instructions, rather than giving priority to the demands of our people.
When you say other instruction and other demands, you mean from the U.S.?
All the entities and governments have instructed them. I no doubt the U.S. government is one of them.
Yeah, so the problem with this now, Mr. Jackson, is that the government of Cuba cannot be playing the role of contractor for doctors and nurses. It does not seem right. It is not right to be playing contractor. Is Jamaica paying any other country for any service at all? The people them in Jamaica we call foreign diplomat. They could say the people them with the upper US embassy, who pay them? And maybe that's even a far reach. But it's just not right. And this argument that you guys keep on saying, well, you know, Cuba's always been there and been there. Cuba's, them government get paid on a free service. They never do Jamaica no favor. A Jamaica that do them a favor. Because Jamaica should have been look on the situation and say, no, we can't and we shouldn't be paying the money to the government. We're not communists in Jamaica, so how we supposed to have the Cubans them there a practice communism? Me not think it right. Make the Cuban them go and go fight them revolution and we just mind our business in Jamaica. We have a country where part of the island need for fix after the hurricane. Stop from the media Jamaica. Leave we alone in the name of Jesus. Stop from walk and ask people about Cuba. If you don't want to know about Cuba, take plane go over there and go do reporting. Leave we alone, man. Make we deal with the problem and the business in our country. What you all should be asking the media of Jamaica, if you don't want to participate and have a constructive discussion about the whole healthcare system or how we will replace these employees, go and find the health minister of Jamaica and, you know, do some follow-up reports. You see, you don't have no sense. The media, the mainstream media in Jamaica, you don't have no sense. You not follow up them people that ask about Cuba. You're supposed to go to the health minister. Ask the health minister, how do you plan to replace these people? And you keep following it up. So you can come back and report to we the people and tell we how the government and how Jamaica is managing without the Cubans. Not so you're supposed to go, people. Instead of, you know, we have to listen to this man here talking about the Cuban government a contractor, or the Cuban government to be contracted to for healthcare workers. When there's nobody else in the world doing this here, we're not communists. Can't do this. Not gonna work. So when you see the revolution are going, you know. And as I said, the president over Cuba, the people them over there right now, I make him know say a different sitting we are dealing with there now. This communist is it now work out for we. So he's having talks now with the US. You understand? Guys, me not really love the interference, you know. Me not really love the interference in our people business and them something there. And me not want to see Jamaica interfere. The US are the police of the world, me love them to interfere. Me not really want Jamaica involved in it. And me not want Jamaica to make nobody draw them in a no bagga. Cause it look like say that PNP want now for drag Jamaica and a bagga for go stand up and oppose this and take side and buy out sitting. No, we're not gonna do that. Not going to do that. But the Cuban people them right now at this point in time with the electricity crisis and all the other crisis going on over there. You see people power, them go out there in the streets and them are protests and you know their government have recognized that it's now time to do some things different. And that's okay, you know, that's what they want. For those of you who are just joining, this is what's happening in Cuba right now. Yes, guys. So bagga we no business in. No, for those of you who are just joining, we were just saying that for the first time in 5 years, the PNP coming at the parliament and attack something what makes sense. First time in 5 years, you know? First time in 5 years. Because they've used all their time to personally attack the government, personally attack the prime minister. They've used all those years to campaign on the integrity commission. I will lock them up and them I got prisoner one by one, them going to jail. I want to say everything come back now full circle. Sylvia gone to prison, little bit of blood, a hideout in North Carolina upon her visa will expire. They so called ice pan she, you know. It's just a matter of time. Be a light and walk and tell upon people are wicked and evil. You understand? And so anyway, if the PNP can come now and make some good argument, we're not adverse to that. Okay, that's what we want. We want to have a democracy where both parties are participating in our democracy. And we can graduate from the stone ages of politics where all we hear is political attacks and character assassination. Done with that. Like how Cuba done with communism now. Okay? We're civilized people now. Good night, Music Freak. Thank you for joining and thank you for tapping up our super chat. Guys, if you're feeling generous, you can tap up the super chat over here, you know. Music Freak says the PNP was hoping that their lies would cause this type of response in Jamaica when they were trying to turn people against the government. Yes, absolutely. They wanted unrest. And guys, me glad you said that, Music Freak, but remember, this is not over. You know, the PNP trying to cause unrest in Jamaica, it is an ongoing thing. And when them see the Jamaican people are not joining them in doing that, they go on foreign soil to try and paint Jamaica in a bad light. Because as we speak, yesterday somebody sent me a video with a mad boy over the Obia channel in Canada, telling the people in Canada that the Jamaican healthcare system is in crisis and all kind of something. I talk bad about our country and about our healthcare system. Now, if you go and Google the Canadian healthcare system is pretty good, but it has some problems too. Okay, it has staffing issues. It has access to care in certain parts of the country. These are the things. So, like I've always said, there's no perfect healthcare system in the world. There are some healthcare systems where they have the money to pump into the system to make it, efficient enough. And that's good. As a developing country in Jamaica, it's not Andrew Holness and him government make the healthcare system in a problem. In fact, and this is a fact, the healthcare system has improved under this government. Every month, there's a new clinic opening or reopening or being refurbished, right? The PNP, all those years they've been there, the PNP never opened a hospital. You understand? So the government is doing their best. Just a few days ago, I see them fix up one healthcare center, one clinic where it look like the Chichinia it down, rotten down. And there are many clinics across Jamaica that were closed under the PNP, where this government is reopening. Remember, Alfred Dawes told the Jamaica Gleaner in PNP time that the doctors were using plastic bag to provide surgical services or as isolation gowns. Plastic bag, or garbage bag. We never do them something there yet in the last 9-10 years since this government come in. Not even a COVID, we never did I use garbage plastic bag. So the healthcare system, imperfect as it is in Jamaica, it has improved. And my hope is that it continues to improve. And my suggestion to the government of Jamaica is this, because no far we want to come back to Jamaica, right? But one of the things, just like how crime was a big deterrent for a lot of people, which it's no more because the government spent the money and they found the will and the courage to deal with crime. And I'm so proud of that. Now, with the healthcare situation in Jamaica, to improve it, the government is going to have to approach healthcare just like how they approach crime. With the courage, the will, and find the money to do it. They're going to have to. It's a situation where it's been decades of low and slow response to the development of healthcare in our country. And we can honestly say that both parties, both PNP and JLP, are guilty of that. Okay? So where we are today, while we have crime trending down and we can brag and boast about anybody about that, we need to come now and put the right effort and the right energy to speed up, to expedite the development of our healthcare system. Okay? Because there are people in the diaspora who want to come to Jamaica and retire, but they have chronic illnesses also. So when you have chronic illnesses, you have to make sure, say, you have emergency care available all the time to make sure that, you have what you need, because chronic illnesses can be life-threatening. You understand, guys? So people who don't have chronic illnesses or don't have it yet, that's not a deterrent for them or a concern for them about moving back to Jamaica and them someday. But there are people who in them retirement age or them just simply have these health concerns and it's a problem. So I am encouraging our government. I am not going to go on foreign soil and disgrace our government or try to disgrace our government, because living in the US, me know, said the United States of America, the great United States of America, we don't have the perfect healthcare system over here. So The last time I got emergency room with my daughter, we reach over the emergency room about 10 o'clock the night. And when I say 2 o'clock come and she drop asleep on me, I say, come, I could go home and come back here tomorrow. And when me get up and tell the nurse that we're leaving because she had already taken my daughter's vital signs. So the physician's assistants would have come out now, come call me in. I used to when me see my daughter drop asleep on me, and I go tell the nurse, look here, we are leave now because we there so wait too long. And true, she a Jamaican, she said, no, don't leave. And she go around there, go get the PA for come out, come call me. We waited a long time. And it's not a bad hospital. I want the best hospital around here. But sometimes we just have to wait long because it's either flu season, the hospital ER either full up. These things happen. This is just the nature of healthcare. Just because you have to wait long in an emergency room, it doesn't make your whole healthcare system horrible. You understand? Some of you when we're not talking about the healthcare system, we're not talking about more bed. We're not going to put more bed on your head. More bed is not the problem. If you build a hospital where the bed capacity is supposed to be 200, you cannot put 300 bed in there. In a hall. So what you have to do is build a new hospital. You don't know there's something there. Or change around certain things. Change how you triage patients. Change how you attend to some emergencies and things like that. Open some more emergency clinics, right? And make the more serious things them go to the hospital. And the less serious thing them can angle at the clinic or you go along back of your yard. And so you have to improvise and do. So some people them have no knowledge of healthcare and how it works. But them come and walk and talk about say you have to wait all. Everywhere in the world you go, in a healthcare you have to wait. You have to wait sometimes. That's how it works. The same hospital when I tell you about, where they near me, when me carry my daughter going there, what there? A flu season. And when a flu season, sometimes you have some strain of flu make you feel like you're dead. And people got the ear. What you gonna do? You're gonna either wait and you drop asleep in there until they call you, or you go along and you go rest. That's how it go. The PNP, right before the election, want to send Mark Golding to Canada. I go and talk up some things out here tonight. I say, want to send Mark Golding to Canada to go bring down the government and tell be a lie. And the people in Jamaica come back with a verdict of not guilty for the Prime Minister of Jamaica and then give him back a third term. Now, you take up on yourself now and gone over Canada. Again, go and tell be a lie upon the government and upon the country. People, me no care who have vex, because now you can't lick me. You see, if you don't want to, if you not looking at the diaspora, I don't want to know who are PNP in the diaspora, just look how they carry themselves. The people who see over Canada don't look good. The Jamaicans, them, the PNP, them, when me see a giant, the liar, them, for tell lie upon the country. No found on run left Jamaica under PNP time. I want to go sit down in a foreign country and still can't either 7 or 11. Some of them can't even afford a plane ticket to fly go back to Jamaica. But you know, come down upon the government like the government of Jamaica make in exile. You don't look good in a foreign, and that alone tell us say some of them in a foreign them bitter like gall. Some of them they are foreign 25, 30, them have no papers. I don't care. You're not supposed to in a nobody country 30 years and you have no papers. You know much people mean when a Jamaica we get a chance for left Jamaica and go foreign bandola and then don't go. Then don't go. Because they rather stay in their country and suffer than for going to a foreign country go suffer. You think somebody could have carried me come a foreign bandula and something. They not bash nobody for that still, you know. I don't want them where I bash Jamaica me attack. I bash for bash. Uno bash Jamaica me a bash, you know. Uno PNP in a foreign no look good. Uno if you go look on the video them guys. The one them over Canada. So uno look over Canada. Uno no look good, uno don't stay good. Not about to know. Uno look like say, me no know which part of foreign uno there. Not even the coke them up New York no look so. Eh? Not even the coke them when they pan coke man in you night no look so. Uno look so. Uno view so hang pan nail. Uno clothes them look wash out. No, sir. Uno not look good at all. Something about you know. And I uno sit down in a foreign. I try to bring down the country and bring down the government. Uno out of order. If uno this the country, we have this to no back. Uno don't supposed to do that. Don't follow PNP. No follow PNP and come chat to one no know. Me no put the video, me never upload the video here so. Me never do it here so. Cause me even want to give them no highlight. But if you never saw the people in favor some ink pan nail, me never know say people could have looked so in a foreign. And clothes so cheap a foreign. Wouldn't that stay good? Ink pan nail. You don't know any ink pan nail. Me say if you see the people them, one bunch of some, boy, I don't know. That part, they are foreignish part, me never got a part there yet. My whole family lives in Canada and I am here with my family. All I do is renew the insurance when I'm traveling because of the visa I have. Okay. The nice, clean Jamaican them over Canada, I don't know me attack, you know. Because I have some family over there to by my mother's side. I have family in America, I have family in Canada, I have family in England. I got a cousin over in Italy. Guys, we spread out all over the place, and that's why a lot of people don't like migration. But my family in Canada, I know them clean because they look good. And them not worthless. None of my family them are foreign don't worthless. From the one them we are garbage man in England, bus driver, nurses, physicians, teachers. Something my grandmother would say, ink pan nail. Them favor ink pan nail for true. You want to see them come out in a Mark Golden t-shirt, like they never have nothing else to put on. No, sir. Me say, see me, I look on them. me just look on them. Because nothing about them. And then me I get to realize now, say, anywhere in a foreign, where you see the PNP, them across Jamaica, not no more than, them want, enough of them, you know, guys, me I tell you, enough of them, they want to go back to Jamaica. Either they want to go visit Jamaica or, you know, they would want to go do an extended stay or they want to go live back. But the way all them left Jamaica, them not have no opportunity to go back to Jamaica and go, you know, enjoy or feel, you know, that nostalgia that, you know, they know exists, right? And because them not have that now, them want to buy into this idea that Jamaica is in such a bad place and such a bad situation for justify. Is a confirmation bias, you know. In psychology, we call it confirmation bias. Where they want to tell themselves, say, okay, we can't go back, we don't make sense in a foreign. We can't afford a Jamaica right now, a Jamaica lifestyle or nothing. So we are just jump on the bandwagon we say, nothing now go on a Jamaica and the country a drop down. A lie not tell America a drop down, you know see. Cuba a drop down. All England a drop down too, one night time. Jamaica na drop down. I tell you no. So when our subscribers say, me look good, a hard-working healthcare worker, shower. Big up yourself, shower. No, we can't do a foreign and look any. Oh, you're crazy. Before that, we don't use camera phone. Me say the people them come on cam. If you ever see all the people them look, me I go try find the video and come show you tomorrow. People them look. Boy, people them look, but I don't know. You look like say, nothing at all now go on for them. Them can't talk about Jamaica. Eh? They saw Jamaica people them put themselves together and look good. No matter how Jamaica, let me tell you something. No matter how Jamaica people them, I may talk about the one them who don't want to come and talk this and talk that. No matter yesterday stay. Make one pan and knock around this so yes, so they fix up themselves clean and step out. Don't make them trick you know. The whole time I there Jamaica last week and I talk to everybody and I talk to the people them. Me not talk to one somebody we say them have a problem with the government or how the government around the country. They now complain as a God. We don't know if they complain me that tell you no, don't it? Me tell you know what the taxi man them tell me last night. So if you tell the minister of transport, say they like what I do, but it's just the traffic they might have a problem with. Because why? Jamaica people have money enough here now. So everybody have vehicle. Right? So me not hear Jamaica people them. Me not hear Jamaica people them with no major complaints about the government. The only people them we complain is the young panel comrades them in a foreign and the one them were certified mentally ill and the PNP them. Nobody else now complain. Nobody else. Jamaica people them happy. Me not see no sad faces in a Jamaica. From the help of them in the house them down there, to the taxi man them, to the security guard them outside of the hotel. Nobody now ball, I swear. All one madman me see. I drink one Heineken and I dance. Close dirty, you know. But in close dirty, he look like he not bed for about 2 weeks. But remember him I drink a Heineken and I dance. And them a video him. So no nobody sorry for Jamaica people them. Anytime them over Canada, I in the diaspora, anytime when I come talk to Jamaica, make sure you put on good clothes, come out here. Make sure you look clean, come out here. All right, Jamaica Yard, good night, says a lot of roads can expand. Santa Cruz have traffic these days. That's what one of the taxi men told me. Because I was telling him that, I don't drive in Kingston. And he said to me, say, baby girl, I not just Kingston alone nowadays. All major cities are having the same problem with traffic. Him said the only thing now, the advantage for Kingston is that you have many different routes, right? You can take all 5 different routes for each one place in a Kingston. But him say outside of that, you only have one route. So traffic is even worse in other parts of the island. Everybody is driving now in a Jamaica. So the taxi man, they must say, right here now, they want to see the importation of vehicles to cease for a year. Now, that is a very touchy topic because if we do that, then you know that it's going to be a loss of revenue, right, for the government. Can we afford to do that? No, I don't think so. But we can find some different ways. Not say the comrades in Canada. Yeah, man, they don't look good, man. They look like say they not beard. They look like say, they not no nice clothes. You think say me no could have got one event when me know say Jamaicans are out there in the diaspora. I mean not come out clean. You're crazy. We don't do that. You know whether snow fall or not, anytime you see no event I keep, I know Jamaicans are no. We have to come out nice. We don't do that over here, so. But majority of the PNP, them guys, when me notice, and some people them don't believe in hard work. They don't believe in, doing things to uplift themselves. Them believe in the handout mentality. And when with your ambitious self and with your, your will to become better and do better and them see you know you get a nice house, you get a nice vehicle, you look good, them ready for call your thief, they're ready for call your corrupt. Because true them not have it. That's why they stay most of them. God know. That's why they stay. So the one them over Canada, we are trying to bring down the country. I suggest you no go bathe and come back. Come talk to we. Because we clean over here so. Go bathe and come back and put on something decent before you talk to Jamaica. Because we never in a no position for talk about Jamaica. Out of order. But guys, on a serious note, I asked Jamaica 411 to review the law for me. The Treason Act. There's a Treason Act in Jamaica, you know. As much as out in America, we have issues. You are not going to find an American going on foreign soil to badmouth the government of America, the president of America. No matter how bad it is, guys. You're never going to see that because there's a Treason Act here. Right? When you remember the man, I will him the name again. I think he would have work for the federal government. And we come out to talk about bag of things. And you know when him end up have to do? Him end up have to go to Russia go seek asylum. He couldn't turn here, because prison him go. You remember that man, the people? All of you who live in America, you remember that man there? And the Russian them give him asylum quick and fast. But him could not stay here. Because the worst thing that you can be in life is a traitor. So Jamaica, you see, this is why, you know, the government have such a hard time. This is why the government have such a hard time. When people out there using their mouth to try and create unrest in the country, we must look at these things seriously, you know. You cannot go on a foreign soil. And Mark Golding, if Mark Golding do what him do to England, when he go over Canada, I tell the people them lie power government and power prime minister and power country. If I did England, Mark Golding there, then charge him for treason, you know. Then charge him for treason. But I only in Jamaica alone. Then don't use up the Treason Act. The Treason Act, where the British them left in Jamaica, it's there. The name is Edward Snowden. Thank you. That is the name for true. And from him get the asylum over Russia, he not come back America. Because if he do that, he going to prison. No matter where you see a go on here, so nobody, not even me, not do it, because I'm an American citizen. You not go catch me, go on no foreign soil. Anything I have to say about Donald Trump, right, that's what I attack it. And he can't do me nothing. Because I have my freedom of speech, so. But you're not going to catch me going in a no foreign country. Or this up America, or this up the government. That's not right. I may not do it with Jamaica neither. If I have a problem with Jamaica, I would rather encourage Jamaican people to go and demonstrate, to go and protest, to write your petitions and do what you need to do in your country. Because if you cannot confront your government in your country, or if you don't want to, because them who are Canada, them can go protest in Jamaica, you know? Them can demonstrate and protest. Remember, say in Jamaica, we don't have a country where we prohibit protesting and demonstration. You can do that. But what the thing now, they can't trick the Jamaican people then, because they can't get 1,000 people to go march on the road against this government. They've tried, but they've been unsuccessful. So they try to bring the propaganda and bring the lies to the ears of the worthless PNP them in a foreign. That's it. And those people, they cannot afford to take a plane go Jamaica go protest neither. They can't do it. They can't influence nobody at Jamaica for protest against the government. So they're weak again. But like I said today, Jamaica is going to have to establish a new mental health facility by 2030. I am warning you, because the people them are crash out from September 3rd and it's going to get worse. It will get worse. So I'm going to try to find one, if I even want 20-bed facility. Dr. Tufton, if I even want 20-bed mental facility, try and do it by 2030. Guys, please do hit up the like button over here for me, please. Edward Snowden. How could I forget that name? But it's been a long time. And him get him asylum. All right. Jamaican Yardy says some Iran female football players didn't sing the anthem and now they are in trouble with the government for not singing the anthem. I think I remember hearing about that case too, I think I did. Thank you. Jamaica is too relaxed with some very serious violation of the law. And this is why you find that some people, them have this mindset and them have this idea that them can come to Jamaica, come do anything. And we need to let it be known that we are a law-abiding country. We have laws that govern our country and we enforce them. You cannot have citizens going on a foreign soil to lie on your country and on your government. You cannot do that. So I beg you to go and review the Treason Act. It's there. Even the University of Toronto. Yeah, I don't know if they don't know say I'm a madman. I probably don't know say I'm a madman, because sometimes some mad people in clean clothes, you wouldn't know. You understand? But people may not be paying attention because the election is over and, they lost the election and all these things. But no, I don't think it should ever be that way. I think, we have these laws and we need to enforce them, and that's what it comes down to. 6 in Australia seeking. Hold on there, guys. Oh, I don't know what happened. Anyway, guys, let us come back tomorrow. I had this program set up where from about the 9th of this month, I didn't want to talk about it, but I got so busy, I forgot, or I just kept postponing it. But the collapse of the Tapaнаris in our country and in our politics, I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. Just like with the collapse or the near collapse of the mainstream media, right? So we're going to talk about that. The collapse of the Tapaнаris, I think, in the politics, it's already happened. And, over the next 5 years, it's going to be very interesting to see how the people which side the people are going to take going forward. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So thank you guys for joining. Have yourselves a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please do so and share this with somebody else. Have yourselves a good night, guys. Thank you for joining.
Big up Natalie, JPU, Jamaica Politics Uncovered. One people, one team, one vision. Jamaica we say. Jamaica Politics Uncovered, JPU on the scene. carrying the facts, keeping people informed and clean.
JP, you stand strong. Oh yes, we're standing strong.
JPU with Jamaica every day.
Stronger Jamaica.
2026,
Building back better.
that's the fix.
One people, one team.
One vision we say
JPU with Jamaica.
every day.
Stronger Jamaica.
2026,
Building back better.
that's the fix.
One people, one team.
One vision we say
JPU with Jamaica.
every day. Real news on time, helping Jamaica plan.
Together we rise, one heart, one land.
One JPU,